Hey everyone, you'll never guess who's excited for the next prompt. Yeah, it's me! I think I'm just really looking forward to a prompt that has multiple prompts because I did 2 pages with single ones in a row, so let's get into it! Whoa! Spoilers! Oh geez, fangs, tattoo, and family crest. That is quite a combination because none of those things are like a whole piece of something. They're like bits of things. This is gonna be a challenge. But it wasn't. I don't know. I just didn't really feel that challenge during this one, and I thought it seemed like a crazy array of details, but not actually something to build on. But in the end, I was able to come up with an idea pretty quickly when starting to sketch. My initial thought was a vampire. When I hear fangs, I think of a vampire. Now, obviously, fangs could be on any animal or anything, but that's just what came to my head. So I thought vampire, so I started sketching like a vampire floating on a white background, obviously, with like maybe their family crest in the background, just like lightly. So a vampire floating with the family crest in the background and a tattoo somewhere. I did a couple of poses, and then I thought, screw it, I want to draw a naked lady. I've been wanting to draw nudes for a good while now, and screw it. She's gonna have a big back tattoo, and she's gotta be naked to show it off. So I wanted her floating again, because she's kind of like this vampire-like creature. So here she is, floating in space. I don't know why, but I also wanted to give her some sort of magical powers, so she's gonna have some flames or magic or something coming out of her hands. I also gave her a pointed ear because vampires have pointy ears? No? Well, she's not human, so she has to have a pointy ear, right? I also gave her earrings just because it seems kind of like a more rebellious fashion than not having them, and it just kind of adds to her roughness, I guess. And the bone in her hair? Well, I don't know. It was a stretch, right? I mean, she's bad to the bone. Yeah, no. One of my main concerns was considering her tattoos. Tattoos aren't exactly the most vibrant because they kind of fade over time. And I had planned to make her a little bit darker skinned, and tattoos don't really show up on darker skinned people as well as they do on pale skinned people. So my initial thought was to just make everything black, and then when I go over it with the skin, it'll kind of fade out a little bit. But I really wanted some more color on her because well, the picture is mostly just her, and so it would just be this piece of skin color, and that's kind of boring, so I gave her an extra few tattoos. I know the prompt was tattoo, but I gave her mini tattoos because I figured she's naked, her body is a canvas, let's just fill her up with all kinds of things and details. I've done tattoos once. It was on my series when I was working on same face syndrome. I drew a guy with a sleeve and like neck tattoos and stuff, and I'm really bad at coming up with tattoos. I don't have any tattoos myself, and I don't really know exactly what to come up with to put on tattoos. I know they can be anything, but as filler, I draw a blank and I don't know what to do. So for her sleeve, I just kind of did some patterns and stuff and kind of played around with like some bones, some bugs, and just kind of put it in filler, to be honest. On her leg, I put a snake wrapped around because why not? She's a vampire, she has fangs. So do snakes. For the family crest, I probably didn't do as much research as I should have done. I just looked up some general shapes and iconography and just a few things here and there and just kind of went with it. I mean, if the family crest being accurate is your concern, we're working with a zombie girl who's floating and has flames coming out of her hands, so let's not get too picky, huh? I wanted to give her a hairstyle that I don't normally get to play around with, but to be honest, in the end, they looked like little snakes, and I was so tempted to put little faces on the end of each of them, but I had to resist because there was already so much going on with her. She's floating, she's a vampire, there's flames. If I just kept adding craziness to her, she would have been a hot mess, mashup of creatures, and I just had to draw the line somewhere. Because I kind of strayed from my usual style, I kind of feel like I probably should have shaded her a bit. She's still kind of got that angular style that I really like, but her proportions are so close to being real that I kind of feel like shading would have helped, but I didn't in the end because I don't know, it's my style to be simple. Is that a cop-out? I don't know, you tell me. I made her hair red because why not? I thought red would look good with her dark skin. She's a fiery creature who's gonna get ya, so red hair. I thought I added a little water each time I colored one of the dreads, but it didn't really affect it at all, so I had to go back and add some darker color to it so that it kind of got darker as the pieces went to the back, and I think it looks a lot better after I did that. It adds just a little bit more depth to her hair, and just in general adds a little bit more interest in that area. For the tattoos, I didn't want to get too crazy with the color. I made the snake green because I'm basic as heck, but also the green complements the red of her hair, so I thought it would have worked really well, and I think it does. For the family crest, I didn't want to add too many colors because they kind of seem to be 1 or 2 colors, maybe 3. So I just did some blues and yellows, green for the snake, and if you can't tell, in the bottom right corner there's a drop of blood because she's a vampire. And again, I put a snake on there because they have fangs and they're evil creatures, right? And I put it on an upside down cross because I'm so edgy. For the flames, I made them blue because I figured orange and red flames would be boring. She's like a crazy creature, right? She's a vampire. She's something out of this world. So I made the flame blue just to offset it from the hair also. And I wanted her kind of going into a portal, maybe to hell, I don't know. But it seemed boring as just a hole, so I made it glow. And then I put some sparkles on it because, well, it was empty. And there you have it, another prompt done. I'm not entirely happy with this one, but I'm happy that I pushed myself through and got it done. So what do you guys think about her? Is she good? Is she evil? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you in a next prompt. Bye everyone!